What's going on, guys? You are watching BritAsia TV, and today we're here at the Sporting Equals Awards here at the Royal Lancaster in London. It's going to be an amazing night celebrating diversity in sports. We're going to talk to so many people. Have an amazing night. Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Seema Jaswal.
Hi, I'm Azim, ex-professional cricketer.
So my name's Leo Baptiste.
Hi, my name is Sophia Saeed. I am here from Sheffield.
Hi, my name is Sami, three-time Paralympian wheelchair rugby. Hi, my name is Ashok Das. I'm president of World Kabaddi. Hi guys, I'm Dr. Meko Korocha.
My name is Tim Hollingsworth. I'm the Chief Exec of Sport England.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo.
Hi, my name is John Joy and I'm an academy footballer for Birmingham.
Hi, I'm Rachel Chung.
Hi, my name is Zaina, and keep it locked to BritAsia TV.
Hi everyone, I'm Aaron Kang and you're watching BritAsia TV.
So you're a finalist today. How are you feeling? Honestly, amazed. I'm so grateful to even be a finalist, and so far the atmosphere here is incredible. I'm really excited for the rest of the evening. So how important is it for us to really push diversity in the sports world? It's so important. I think there's a real lack of representation, especially in the elite pathways. Speaking from a network perspective, in elite pathways, there definitely needs to be a lot more change and improvement, and to have so many people here that are so passionate about the same thing and about wanting that one more representation, not just in netball but in all sports, is really inspiring. Now we're here to celebrate diversity in sports. How important is it for us to keep doing this?
I think these awards are a really important night. They do two things. They give individuals the recognition they deserve, but they tell the stories that we all want to hear about actually how people from culturally diverse communities have engaged locally to create opportunities for sport and activity or being successful in their own right. So one of the best things about awards nights is the stories we hear and the stories we tell and the role models we see, and the Sporting Equal Awards are great for that.
I think it's really important. Growing up, I didn't really have anyone to look up to, so by this, I feel like it's encouraging others.
I think it's probably one of the most important things we could do in terms of celebrating diversity, especially when it comes to sport, because all sports should be inclusive. I feel like there'll be people sitting down, and sport is so easy to watch. As we know, we've got the rugby World Cup semi-finals with England competing. And when you look at that England team, I actually know one or two players playing there. It's very, very diverse. And I think a part of that was what we're doing today and actually encouraging people. So before, you wouldn't have maybe seen a black person of Nigerian origin in the first team for England playing in the Rugby World Cup final. And now you see someone like Mario Toje, who's obviously of Nigerian background. You'll see a lot of Nigerian boys in schools now thinking, that could be me next. So I think the representation is really important, because if you see something, you're going to vision, maybe I could do that too. And that's why I think it's really important to get people from loads of different cultures doing, especially not traditional games. So you might see somebody who's, from a Muslim ethnic background, and they might see an NBA player and think, oh no, I don't have to be black and 6'6" to make it to the NBA. I can just play the game I love and play it to the best of my ability. I think that's really important.
Oh, it's so important. It's good to be recognised, especially with ethnic minorities. It's a good thing that we do. I'm just really pleased to be a part of it.
Now I want to ask you, what more can we do to really push diversity and inclusivity in the sports industry?
I think having awards like this is hugely important, just to get the promotion of this award, what the work that Sporting Equals does as well, really get that at the forefront of what people are doing and making sure that it's within every conversation within sport about getting diversity within that conversation. And I think that itself will just promote diversity and make sure that everyone's thinking about it and making sure that we get as many people included within sport as possible.
I think for me, in the sport in general has to start listening even more. I think that's the key thing. There's no one listening. They are listening, but not everyone's listening. And I think we have to look at it in a totally different way. There's going to be a new way of kind of tackling this diversity in hierarchy, diversity in management, when it comes to football. I think we could kind of look at it and say, well, where are the fault lines? What is the problem? Is it ownership? Is it the people in the club? Is it the people who are choosing the clubs? I mean, choosing who to kind of manage? Is it where in the pyramid is their fault lines? I think we've got to look at it in a totally different way, not in a forensic way, but maybe just the statistics are out there and they don't look good. So we can't keep on going on this kind of hamster wheel. We've got to kind of come off, take a look, take a step back, and maybe start asking different questions. Maybe it's the ownership. Maybe it's maybe the fans need to be engaged more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to start talking, and the more we talk, and the more we kind of put actions into kind of policies into kind of focusing people's mind, because the numbers are there. But we've got to have the willpower, but also the policies have to be in change in place, because people can say, "Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that," but there's no hook. There's no one hooked on to do anything, really.
Yeah.
We've been kind of doing this for a long time, and if you allow the whole situation or a system to kind of sort themselves out, it doesn't.
And I think it's about lowering some expectations. Like nobody can't get an access to a job unless they have a certain degree. Also, it's about including people in the diversity in the boards, in the decision making, and in the management sort of platform. And we need the community to stay sustainable by hitting those what the so-called hierarchy spaces. And we need to let the grassroots. So I always say, if you want to measure the impact, it's bottom up. But if you really want to see the change, it's top down.
How do you feel? Honored, excited?
Yes, I feel I think more on because Kabaddi is never reached on that stage. I'm president of World Kabaddi. I'm president of European Kabaddi. I'm president of England Kabaddi, and also I'm president of British Kabaddi League.
So what more can we do to get women involved in Kabaddi?
Good question. Because as a Indian, as Asians, always women's left on the second. But I always put women first, because if there's no women, you don't see me here. Because mother comes first, then you can see me. So we promote women. And I think the first women team, England Kabaddi made it here, the first women Kabaddi team. And we took them to the World Cup. So this is the over aim we're developing, and the British Kabaddi League we started. And the aim is more women's team. There's no difference between women's and men's. It's all equal.
Now, what more can we do to really push young girls into sport?
I think just enabling them to have the confidence to come into sport and know that they can be involved in sport in any capacity and just be comfortable. Like that, it doesn't have to be in a competitive environment if they don't want it to be. It can be social, it can be fun, it can be within the media, and just enabling them to have the confidence to put themselves in that environment and just encourage them, really.
Yeah, I think they need to see that people are doing it. There are role models out there that are achieving, people their own skin, their own backgrounds, and that's really important. Someone to connect with who's on the highest level playing elite sport, and they can see those people and think, you know what, I could do that. I'd get to do that. So it's really important.
Yeah, there's a huge space, and I think it's getting better and better, and the more recognition that we do get, I'm all for that.
It's really important that we think about all the barriers to entry in sport. Everybody should have the opportunity, not less the right, to be active in their everyday lives in a way that makes sense for them. That's what we care about. And for women and girls, just as much as for any other part of the community, those barriers exist. So we really need to think about why, we need to think about what we need to do to overcome them. And then we all, as leaders, need to find ways to create the right change.
What we're doing now, representing, turning up, and acknowledging that our young people and our girls and our women need to be led. There's nothing wrong with. I'm a mother of 5.
Yeah.
I'm 51 years old, and
Wow. How amazing does she look?
Please don't air that. But it's about standing tall for the young men and lead the young men. You see, young men have no problem for a woman to lead them. It's the men that have a problem for women to lead them, I think.
Now, what more can we do to really push young girls from ethnic minorities to get into sport?
I think we just need to keep doing what we're doing. I think we need to talk about it. I think we need to lead by example. I think the media need to play their part, especially because we need to show that younger generation that they can be part of a sports team. They can play football or whatever sport it is, and that's the only way that it will change, if they can actually see it themselves. So I think for me personally, I think just to continue doing what we're doing, and I think I've seen a lot of change in the industry, and I hope it just gets better and better.
Probably invest more into the women's football, do more advertising to get people to watch women's sport, as women's sport is still as good as men's football, is all equal as well. And invest into their training academies, give them awards like these awards, keep continuing with these awards.
I think we should get the more female athletes like to get advertised more, like for them to come out and motivate the young girls for them to come out and play.
I think just publicising it more and making it more of a comfortable space and not making it like stand out too much, but like making it like just like it's a normal thing.
I think definitely pushing more funding into opportunities. So I think now, especially like I've seen very recently with F1 racing, they actually want to push younger girls from across the world to actually be racing on the top level and have themselves, displayed in television and on the market. And you see now with what they did with the Women's World Cup that happened this year, they had world record numbers. You've seen what they did with the basketball NCAA championships in the female. They had more actual members watching than the actual men. I feel like it's just giving women opportunities, so creating more teams that aren't traditionally female sports or looked at as female sports, and allowing people to wear wherever they want to participate, because from different cultural backgrounds you may not want to expose your hair, for example, in a game where you traditionally would. And I feel like it's up to big companies like Nike, which have done very well in terms of producing apparel for all people with disabilities, amputees, people who want to wear a hijab, etc., and hide their hair. And I think that's important, because if you go into the Nike store now and you see that on display, you see an amputee on display, you're going to think they care about me. They care about me getting involved in sport. I think so. It's just basically that funding that we can do to include people from all races and all genders, no matter what you identify as.
So what more can we do to really push young girls into sports, especially those from ethnic minorities? I think there needs to be some more education. I think there needs to be some more Asian coaches as well, who are able to understand those cultural challenges and barriers that those youngsters face. And I think that would be a really good start. How important is it for us to celebrate South Asians in the sporting industry?
It's huge, it really is. They're like, I'm a handful of the three Paralympians. There's not many of us out there. So for me, celebrating people's achievements, letting people know that there are things out there doing it is so important. Because what we've got to see is what we've got, they get to hear them. Might be inspired, might be motivated to go out and do the same thing. So it's really important.
I think it's really important because it shows everyone across the world that when we were younger, it was that stigma that we couldn't chase our dreams, we couldn't go into sports. And I feel like with so many people in sports now, that's like promoting our diversity. It's just something that's super important to teach our kids and then their kids, and then just to keep it going.
I think it's very important because it brings young people to sport and physical activity to encourage them that with hard work and effort they can achieve something in this world.
As for people in South India, I'm going to encourage them to come out and play and just get better football.
Now, why is it so important for us to celebrate South Asians in sport?
Well, South Asian communities are least active of all communities, particularly women and girls. We need to inspire them. This is an opportunity for us to get those out who are South Asian women and girls and other South Asian communities, get them on that stage, raise their profile with the media, and others will follow and think, hey, yeah, I could do that. And that's what we want to do.
Oh, it's hugely important. I'm just so proud. Like, I've just entered and I'm so proud because I've seen so many people that I know already from the industry. But to celebrate our successes, I just think it's so important. And I think tonight, I really enjoyed the last time I came to this event, which was a few years back, but I feel totally inspired by the people in this room already. And I think it's just important really to inspire the next generation above everything, to give them something that they can see and believe that they can actually achieve big things in their lives as well.
I think evenings like this are incredible, right? Because one, you're celebrating those who are putting some incredible work in, relentlessly, selflessly within the sector, but also you're encouraging the young people of tomorrow. This is something for them to strive towards. So I think this come back 2 years after. So I think it's important now we just grow it from here and make it a night that everyone wants to be part of in the next few years.
If you were to award someone with an award of the best sports person of the year, who would it be?
I think collectively, it has to go to like the Lionesses. I think what they did over the summer was incredible. So yeah, for me, it would be to the Lionesses.
Oh, wow, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. What I will say is that I'm here tonight to give the Lifetime Achievement Award to a very special person. So let me just mention that instead, because I think you probably all know that it's Sol Campbell that gets that award. And not only have I worked with him in the studio, I mean, he's an invincible, he's a legend of the game, one of the best centre-backs of his generation. So for tonight, I'm talking about it's Sol Campbell.
Oh, well, it's a tough one, I think. But I'm really leaning towards the rugby at the moment. So Mario Sergi's been absolutely amazing for England. Hopefully they win tonight and go into the final with the whole thing. So for me, I want to say Marianne.
Okay, so if you were to award someone with the title of Best Sports Person of the Year, who would it be?
Oh, you really put me on the spot there. I think Harry Kane's had a good year. I think he's done very, very well.
I'm thinking Kira Wright in the women's football. She's worked so hard for our club, and she deserves to achieve something and to help the young people, young girls from ethnic backgrounds to do sport and physical activity and show off to the world.
I think mine would have to be Rodri. Just like he's got no social media, he's still in uni doing his learning, and he just looks like a humble footballer. So yeah.
You best sports person this year. So I'm a really big F1 fan. I'm a big Max Verstappen fan, so maybe I'd go with him just because he's had such a good season.
I think I would give it to the captain of the team that's going to win the Rugby World Cup.
That's a good answer. Tozy, you've always fought against racism. Now, do you see change? Do you see it happening?
Yeah, look, I think change is one of them things that it's hard to quantify, especially so early on. I do see a lot of good people trying to do some good things. You know, Sporting Equals are an incredible charity who are, doing whatever they can. And I think these things take time, but it's very important to make sure that we have a really balance of support and challenge and, keep pushing the system because it needs pushing.
Yeah. Okay, so Aaron, first of all, congratulations on tonight. How are you feeling seeing the turnout, see everyone turn up?
Yeah, you never know what the turnout's going to be like, and I'm really pleased with people wanting to come. Yeah, it's a full house. We couldn't get anyone else in really, so it's been fantastic. The welcome we've had from athletes, coaches, volunteers, community clubs, governing bodies of sport, they've all wanted this back, and they've come in numbers.
Okay, so you're up for an amazing award today, the Lifetime Achievement. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. I feel like, it's gratitude as well. Humble. I'm just getting on with my life and all of a sudden, I've retired like 11 years now. And it's quite nice for people to remember what you've done and what you've done to football as well, what you've done to society and what you've meant as well. So I'm really pleased about today. And, just grateful, happy and thankful to be in a position because, so many people, get awards and things like that. But this really means a lot to me because, this is actually my first award. Yeah, first award,
It's a Lifetime Achievement, so it's a pretty good award to get.
Yeah, it's amazing, yeah. A first award kind of myself, not to do with, something indirectly to do with football, but kind of by myself. So it's the first one.
Okay, what's your favourite song then?
I'm quite a melody, sort of old school, sort of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, that type of very slow.
He's one of us.
Very slow, old school. The fast stuff is a little bit too fast now.
What's your current favourite Punjabi song?
I listen to Sidhu all the time, so I can't pick. I wouldn't be able to say one.
Okay, we love Sidhu.
Yeah.
Quite tough. I'm saying Diljit Dosanjh. I'm thinking. I'm saying AP Dylan.
AP Dylan. I can see the inspiration from their hair. So if there's one message that you could give everyone, to leave with tonight after the awards, what would it be?
Use this as an inspiration. Doesn't matter if you're a volunteer, a coach, sports club, governing body, athlete. Use this as inspiration. We all want to do well in this country in sport. We want people to feel healthier. We want them to have a better mental well-being. And also building their confidence and empowering them, whether it's an employment opportunity in sport or whether it's winning a gold medal. Every way, we want people to know we're backing them, we're supporting you.
I think we should keep this continuing and growing and growing. And, hopefully, we can be nominated in any award, any coaching award, not just this particular award. So, yeah, that's what I'd say.
The change is needed still, but we're all collectively on a journey that actually there are some real opportunities to create a local community-based activity where people can play sport, feel the benefit, enjoy themselves, be a part of their community, and celebrating it tonight is why we're here.
Just realize how precious life is and how you know you have to be positive every day, regardless if it's really kind of everything's kind of falling in on top of you. The more positive you can be, the more kind of outward looking you can be as a person, you can kind of help the people around you. And the more people around you are like that mentality, the better you're going to become. The better situations you're going to come around you. You're going to get through things. It's not easy. Nothing's easy. But I think for me, it's all about that positivity and realizing that life is precious and life is great. It's tough, but keep going. If you get the right people around you, you can do it.
And then look forward to it in the following years, right?
Absolutely. That's the thing. To make it a night that everyone wants to be part of. It's well known up and down the country. Young people from the young age come here when they're doing well, and we see them progress all the way to the top.